Hello everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, Realm Reborn. We are out here in the Central Shroud, having been directed here by Mother Mione to some adders here who needed some help. So we've got to go wake up some initiates who are sleeping, slay some bog yarzons, upgrade our equipment so that we'll pass muster, and then there's that other quest that we have to deliver the Iron Snaffle, which is over in the North Shroud. Just a few more moments, Mother. Not your mother, get up. Huh? Sergeant Cameron? Oh, F droppings. I must be late for training. Yes, you are. And apparently they teach troops invisibility. Let's see, so staying within the faint orange outline there. Can you not see I am attempting to become one with nature? Leave me be, good madam. What? Sergeant Cameron sent you? Matron's teats. I'd better get back before she makes her boot one with my backside. Let's see if we can find... Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Fates are essentially public quests. In this one, we assist the new recruit to the order of the Twin Adder. Found himself unmatched in a training exercise with commanding officer Maradunt the Matter. So the neat thing about these is that they'll just kind of randomly appear in the world. They have their own little story attached, and if you are too high with level to, in other words, that you kind of stomp them, then you aren't able to actually interact with them until you level sync, which actually will lower your level to a point appropriate, but you'll still gain good XP for it. So this one's pretty easy, especially because there are several people in the area to help out. Usually you want to make sure that people are around to help, because they're usually kind of group tasks. And we get some XP and some gold for it. Talking about the reward system, you have different ranks of rewards, gold, silver, and bronze. And this one, of course, goes over the basics of the fate system. This is a nice little diversion for us. But we still have one more idle initiate to find. Ah, here we go. Daydreaming initiate. Such a soothing sound. One day I should build a home by the river. Who are... You say the sergeant's looking for me? How long have I been here? What bell is it now? Stand aside. I must make haste. The sergeant's the other way. But okay. And now we gotta go kill some bog yarzons, and they kind of populate here in the river. And of course, we're not the only ones here, so it might be a little bit before we can find some to take out. Map is showing a lot of them further down. So let's keep moving. There they are. They're kind of the giant stilt walker thingies. And you'll notice these have a red icon next to their name, indicating that they are aggressive and will attack you unprovoked. So you're level 7, so 2 levels above us. Have to be careful, but we should be okay at this low level. Fortunately, the water sprites here, is indicated by the green icon, are non-aggressive, so we won't have to risk pulling 2 creatures. Of course, another one is going to come along anyway. Oh, I see. They were just following somebody, so they aren't going to aggro on us. There's 2. We just need to find 2 more. Give us a second here to grow our arm back. And these don't have any positioning requirements, right? Doesn't look like it. Just need 1 more, which should be this one once he finishes getting back to his starting location. Is he avoiding us, or are we just... No, he's invulnerable. Okay, he must be returning his starting location now. There we go. There we go. And that's the last one. So let's head back to the quest giver. Hello there. Have you come to train? Nope, I've got your bog Yarzon shells. Not a new recruit? Then what? Ah, the Yarzon shells are ordered tomorrow into requisition. I see he's learned to delegate authority, if nothing else. Now that I have these carapaces, I can set my recruits some specialized drills. They're already adept at hitting a target, of course, but need practical knowledge of exactly where a monster like the Yarzon is most vulnerable. Thanks to your efforts, I no doubt they will fare better against the creatures when called upon. You should be proud of yourself. Both they and the Bannock are safer for your help. And we got our choice of braised papura, tree toad legs, or some cash. So let's go, let's see. Looks like they are actually identical in terms of stats, so just pick one there. And we are now level 6. Definitely making progress. Thank you, Calvin. All of the initiates are now present and accounted for. It's always the same, you know. A handful of recruits invariably lose focus in a short while after being assigned to their new unit. That first rush of tension and incitement wears off, and the strain from constant drills begins to show. Reprimanding them isn't always the best solution, though. I have their morale to think about, after all. Still, I might give them a quick blast for good measure. What can I say? This is one battle I'm not afraid to fight. Alright, so we still don't have the gear to present ourselves to Galfrid yet. And we do need to deliver the Iron Snaffle to the North Shroud, so let's actually do that, and we will do so by first going home. Alright, and we want North Shroud. Yellow Serpent Gate. Alright, we actually have a quest here to pick up, and some more stuff down by the stables. Polymon, a guard at Etat's Spire, seeks a diligent adventurer to scrub clean a pair of begrimed road signs. Oh, this will be great. You've come to lend a hand, have you? Well then, you're welcome to a task from my seemingly never-ending list. I'll need you to head west along the road and scrub down 2 of the Malmstones. I swear by Nafika, these signs accumulate dirt and grime with almost a natural haste. Speak with Kajawana at Tree Speak Stables once you've seen to them. She'll be glad to hear the Malmstones are clean, for the next 3 bells at least. Oh, we got a new ability. Keen Flurry increases your parry rate by 40%. Alright, so that's kind of a defensive thing. Let's go clean us some Malmstones. Oh, and some Opos that are on our kill list, so we'll take a few of those out with us while we go. New ability there. Lasts for 20 seconds, so that's not bad at all. Is it free? It is free. That's convenient. And there's the Opos. Clean off the dusty Malmstone. It's a level 8 Fate up north. Little high for us at the moment. So we will go back south here. And I just remembered because at level 5 we actually had another Lancer quest we could have got. So we will get that reasonably soon. Mightling, who is also on our kill list. Got those all cleaned up, and we're all ready to turn in. Let's take out some of these Mightlings first. Oh, stop running away. Come here. Oh, and that hunting log fate as well. What's that? You've been cleaning Malmstones? Why, thank you. With all the chores that need doing around here, I was afraid they would be left to get even filthier. It's not just that they're an eyesore, by the way. In that state, the creatures around here want to lay their eggs on them. As to why, well, I can only assume their preferred nesting trees are in short supply these days. Be that as it may, we can't have monsters hatching from roadside signs. The paths are dangerous enough as it is. Perhaps a sprinkling of sting brew would keep the beasts away. She's got a follow-up for us. Death to the Bean Thieves. Wajwana of Treespeak Stables needs someone to slay Opos and recover property stolen from Histmill. Did you hear about Demeta of Hristmill? Apparently Opos crept into her stores and made off with her Muntai beans. Ordinarily, Opos wouldn't go near them, what with their foul odor and even fouler taste, but the food has become scarce of late. Truth be told, a good many of us are glad to be rid of the stench. Still, I can't stand to see Demeta so dispirited. Would you track down those thieving Opos and recover the Muntai beans? I'm told 6 bags were taken, all told. Demeta is well respected by the women of Hristmill, so it would do you well to earn her favor. So be polite, smile, and don't interrupt if she goes off on one of her tangents. Hristmill lies just to the north of here. You'd like to run into Opos on the way. With luck, you may even encounter the bean thieves themselves. The Nose Knows. Fiona is searching for an adventurer to deliver an item. If you want for work, I have need an adventurer willing to dirty your hands. No, I speak not of dark deeds. I mean only to have you deliver something. I myself would not dare venture deep into the Twelves Wood, but you seem more than capable of defending yourself. My colleague Gillian will furnish you with the item in question and provide all the necessary directions. She should be somewhere behind the stables supervising the field hands. We'll turn in here to Bodwin. Where's that damn thing gone this time? Oh, I ain't looking for a chocobo, but one of the birds is becoming a proper bloody handful. No, it's a snaffle for a bridle that I'm after. Bugger's gone and vanished, see? Our snaffles are made special, see, to fit each chocobo's beak, so replacing even a tiny snaffle like the one in your... Bugger me, is that? Aye, 'tis the self-same one that we lost. But why is it so sticky? And are these teeth marks? Stranger, I don't know what foul beast gob you found this in, or what providence delivered ye, the hero that slew it, to me here today, but you've my deepest thanks. With this here snaffle I can finally get back to training that yellow-feathered menace of mine. Take this with my thanks. Yep, I totally took that monster out. He probably couldn't even get out of his chair. So, Disciple of War, 5 extra defense. We lose some magic defense, but we get strength and dexterity. That's a pretty good trade. Equip that. And there we go. Let's get it equipped. Hempen Tabard. Looking pretty nice there. One of the nice things I do like about Final Fantasy is they do not do the ridiculous armor. I mean, yes, to some extent this is a skirt, and you really wouldn't want skirt in battle. But considering some of what other MMOs call armor, well, although I do have to say the Subligar, not necessarily the best armor. Bodween is looking for an adventurer to help with a pest problem. If you've got a mind to make yourself useful, why don't you cull some Mightlands for us? We train a lot of chocobos here, see, and the young'uns go wild when they get a sniff of a Mightland. Some even throw their bloomin' riders. Let me tell you, it ain't easy training a chocobo when she drops you on your head every time she sees a shadow. We've been getting nowhere with the birds lately. If you could rid us of a few Mightlands, we'd be in your debt. So I suppose I could have waited to do the hunting log, because they just sent me at them to begin with. Hello, Gillian. Well, I'll be. Vion's actually found someone willing to lend a hand. Grab one of them burlap sacks over yonder, atop the crate, aye. Tain't the most convenient location, to be sure, but where else can we store that stinking shite? Know where a visiting customer might catch a whiff, that's for sure. Deliver it to Norlano down at Blessed Bud. That's west of here, in case you were wondering. Seems our conjurer friend takes his garden pretty bloomin' seriously. Got the burlap sack. I think that's actually, yeah, that's just over here, so that's a quick FedEx. And hey, look, some Mightlings we could take out. You may notice we're not actually getting any combo bonuses, and that's basically because we are 4 levels above these guys, so they're considered trivial. There we go. That odor. Is that what I think it is? Praise be to the elements. I can't thank you enough for your kindness. This bounty of chocobo manure shall nourish the plants and ensure their continued growth. Please relay my serious thanks to Vione upon your return to Tree Speak Stables. And a word of advice. Wash your hands quickly, lest the cloying stench of feces linger. Yeah, in case you didn't figure out exactly what we were carrying. Seems like every MMO needs a poop quest. We've got some turn-ins down there. We also have the Bean Thieves, but I believe the Bean Thieves turn-in is further north. So let's turn these two in first since we're still here. Welcome back, friend. I gather from the smell the task is complete. Oh my, did I neglect to inform you of the sack's contents? I cannot apologize enough. That would certainly explain why you agreed to help when countless others turned their noses up at the idea, so to speak. Well, what's done is done. Please accept this for your troubles, along with my thanks. Thank you for the help. We can finally get back to training the young birds. Chocobos are skittish by nature, see, and training them takes a deal of patience. It don't make the task any easier that soldiers and adventurers tend to ride them towards danger rather than away from it. Any road, we're grateful for the help. Here's a small token of our gratitude. Bodwine is seeking for an adventurer to make a delivery. We haven't forgotten how you helped us out with the Maitlands. Speaking of which, if you've got a bit of time to spare, could I trouble you to gather some aphids? You can find them living in the tangled undergrowth near Blessed Bud, but don't be surprised if your presence attracts a starving ladybug or two. They're rather fond of the wee vilekin, you see. When you've gathered the aphids, deliver them to Captain Gerthred over at Etat Spire, and tell him Treespeak Stables sends its regards. So that's also just over here. We'll gather that. At which point I will probably head back into Gridania so we can pick up the Lancer's quest. Before we outlevel it too much. Actually gather them. There we go. And now we're heading back. I suppose I could home, but let's actually turn in at Etat Spire, since it's right here. And I'm not sure if there's a direct follow-up afterwards. What's that? You have something for me? And over the aphids. Ah, aphids from Budwan. This is indeed a blessing. What use have we for aphids, you ask? Why, they're oil, of course. There is not better for maintaining our weapons. Were it not for your timely delivery, I would have been forced to send a sentry to replenish our dwindling supplies. I'll have to thank Bodwin personally. And thanks to you as well, friend. He does have a follow-up. Gerthred wished to enlist the services of an adventurer in the fight against the Ixal. Ah, Callowin, just the person. Your efforts on behalf of Treespeak Stables mark you out as a genuine talent. If you have confidence in your battlecraft, mayhap you would agree to help us in our fight against the Ixal. According to reports, Ixali scouts have been sighted by the river due west of here. Though that area is uninhabited, it borders Treespeak Stables and Blessed Bud. We mean to drive them off before they can threaten our people. If several of their scouting parties were to be summarily dispatched, it might give their leaders cause to doubt the wisdom of their plan. Slay 2 Ixali Dull Talons, 2 Ixali Lost Wings, and 2 Ixali Slowbeaks. Show them the price they must pay for setting foot in our territory. And back to town, because I'm going to grab that Lancer quest before I forget. I believe the closest way to do this is to grab the Conjurer's Stone and teleport up. So that's what we'll do. Lancers Guild. Do we actually... Oh, is passing muster actually done? So you need head, body, hands, legs, and feet. Head, check. Body, check. Hands, not yet, but we have them. Legs, no. So we just need leg pieces. Guildmaster Egwene would teach you the meaning of courage. This unfortunately will not give us any legs, but it will give us a new harpoon, and we'll probably grab the scale mail. Ah, you have returned. I take from your presence that you have gained a measure of familiarity with your weapon. Good. You are ready to begin the next phase of your training. You recall me telling you that takes no small amount of courage to be a lancer. Now, in general terms, courage is the strength to do something which one finds unnerving. However, a lancer's notion of courage is not so simple. Having first drawn a distinction between courage and recklessness, he then divides the former into two aspects. I would have you learn each with spear in hand. The first is composure. When outnumbered in battle, a lancer may lose his composure and succumb to panic. Should this happen, all of his training will swiftly flee his mind, and he will struggle to overcome opponents whom he would ordinarily have bested with ease. He will, in short, contribute to his own defeat. If you wish to become a lancer in sooth, you must learn to maintain your composure at all times. Do this, and you will be able to call upon every ounce of your strength and skill when it matters most. And so to your first task. The river banks of the Central Shroud are home to vilekin known as Yarzons. Fiercely territorial, the creatures will attack anyone who strays too close, making them the bane of fisherfolk. They typically fall upon their prey en masse, barring all avenues of escape before closing in for the kill. We must go through the mind of the victim in that instant. Panic? Despair? Be sure to tell me upon your return. Needless to say, I would have you brave such an encounter. Take this stack of decidedly noisome bait and use it to lure the ever-ravenous creatures out of their nest. It may be that only one curious Yarzon appears, but what if 2 or 3 follow the scent? Let us see how you fare then. Go now, my young lancer, and learn what it means to fight with composure. So apparently we need to kill 2 of them out there. But as we are approaching our 30-minute mark, it's time to actually stop for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching this video, even though I'm being a little repetitive. And have a good night.